What would you call a Harvest Host location that's a winery, brewery, restaurant, and, oh yeah, also a great concert venue? This week, Michelle Fontaine takes us to the Spyglass Ridge Winery in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and learns that this location is all those things and more. Next, Mark Polk from RV Education 101 explains various simple ways to keep your RV cooler during a warm summer season. Later, Kate Dunbar, the Campground Gourmet, gives us another look at how to whip up a simple and delicious apple pear crisp in a Dutch oven. Then, we'll join Jeff Johnston as he shows us a creative and practical towel rack unit he built for the outdoor shower on his camper. Warning, this segment does come with an M rating. These stories and more on this week's RVing Today. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Forest River. Follow the river.
At the Spyglass Ridge Winery in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. We knew this was a Harvest Host location, but it turns out it's much more. Check out this RV destination.
Hi everybody, my name is Tom Webb. Spyglass Ridge Winery is our main business right now. We purchased the farm in 1995. 20 years into the winery, and November 8th, we'll be starting our 21st season. A whole nother side of our business is our concert side. We started that 15 years ago now. We've had ZZ Top, Chicago, Pat Benatar, REO Speedwagon, Styx, and next year we have, we're talking with Sheryl Crow right now. Styx and REO want to come back. We have booked Third Eye Blind, the band Live, Blues Travelers, Jeff Dunham, the puppet guy. This structure here was the original barn on the property. We found the beams, all the beams and everything when this was made in the 1800s. It was carved in the beam the year of our Lord, and then in Roman numerals, 1814. The building itself, we can hold 120 people. This is where we make all the wine. All the fermentation tanks go from here all the way around. It's climate controlled. We keep the temperatures at 55 degrees down here all year long. Part of the reason that the walls here are uninsulated is, unfortunately, it costs me more money in the summer for air conditioning, but in the winter, we get the natural cooling, so it'll drop it down below freezing in this room for cold stabilization of the wines that we've made this fall. So we naturally bulk age in the tanks, and then we naturally allow our wines to cold stabilize how they used to do it in Europe. We don't use glycol jacketed tanks, we don't crash the wine, we don't rush the wine. We allow our wines to bulk age for at least 5 months at a minimum. This building up here is our new brewery and restaurant, Three Beards Brewing. It's in partnership with 3 local guys who've made a big name for themselves in the brewing locally. They've been brewing together for 10 years now. They started in high school, kind of like with me. They all grew up together. They kept brewing in college. And today they have 390 some of their own recipes that they've developed over the years.
When Thetford launched AquaChem, it didn't take long before it became the #1 selling holding tank treatment for over 50 years. Until now. Meet Aquamax, Thetford's new generation of holding tank products that works even better and are also campground friendly and environmentally safe. Looks like a new #1 is taking over. For more information, visit thetford.com. Want more RVing today? Then visit rvingtoday.tv. Besides our weekly show and extended segments, you'll find additional stories and videos along with insightful information on what's new and what's happening around the world in RVing. From luxury RVs to unique camper vans, and from RVing with pets to RVing with kids. You'll find it all and more in rvingtoday.tv.
Okay, Michelle, Come on into the Three Beards Brewery.
Thank you, Tom.
My wife Tammy and I, we wanted to keep the theme of the property going. So this building, her and I designed it, and then we went to a company in Mansfield, Pennsylvania called Woodhouse. And Woodhouse makes timber frame structures. They're one of the few timber frame builders that still does it completely old world. There's not a single nut or bolt or metal plate in this entire wood structure. And the big thing I have to show you, besides a great kitchen and a full menu of steaks and fish and everything else, is our brick oven. This brick oven here is made by a company in Baltimore. Two brothers from Italy came here and to be able to patent it. It's completely computer controlled, so you can do everything. But the greatest thing about this oven is the rotating base. When our pizza chef puts a pizza here, it comes out completed in 90 seconds. And besides just pizza, we're going to leverage this. We're going to be doing wings in here. We're going to be doing salmon on cedar plank. Part of the menu will actually be done in the brick oven. All right, so this is kind of the nuts and bolts of a brewery. Matt, Nate, and Levi make the beer.
And do they all have beards?
Yes, they do. That's where the name came from. Right here we have our stout aging in bourbon barrels. This brew house comes from a company in Verona, Italy, Inox Technica. And it's probably a one-of-a-kind system here in the United States, because the greatest thing about this brew house is it's literally fully automated, fully computer controlled. So unlike most of the 15-barrel systems that are in the United States from other areas of the world, this takes one guy to do it. It's self-cleaning, self-sterilizing, and we can literally make, of the same beer, we can make 30 barrels of beer in this system in an 8-hour brew cycle from start to finish. Right here is the brains of the system. So if we want to open a valve, we can just touch this and open a valve. Start that motor. Once they have a particular recipe, once the program is done and they tweak their recipe and they have it perfected, all they have to do is hit the recipe and it takes it from start to finish. They add the correct amount of grain, they follow the process, they add the hop addition. So it's about being consistent, and that's what we wanted. So when you come here, and if you like our lager, or if you like our IPA, or if you like our cookie dough stout or our sour beers, every single one of them will be consistent. That's the one hurdle that a lot of the boutique breweries have. You go there and you buy an IPA and it's amazing the one time, and then the next time it's like, it's not the same. So that's the one thing that we wanted to get over.
At this Harvest Host location, we met 3 sisters who were out camping for the very first time. They rented their camper from Outdoorsy. They shared a bit of their adventure with us. How did you come to rent a camper?
It was Jane's idea. We all wanted to see New England in the peak. We went through Outdoorsy, which is a website. People who want to rent campers to people. It's kind of Airbnb for campers.
How did you learn about Harvest Hosts?
I have a neighbor who has a camper. He said it's wonderful, and so I joined, and we started doing that. We disconnected one day and drove across New Hampshire to Maine, to the coast, and we found a local restaurant that sold lobsters. We picked them out and we ate them, and it was on the beach. It was just magic.
Beautiful sister memories, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Are you thinking of getting a camper now?
We are. It's just such a wonderful way to travel.
It is.
Because it's so self-contained.
Yes.
Safe. And it's safe.
I agree. Thank you very much. As we conclude this great visit to Spyglass Ridge Winery, we asked Tom how he got involved with Harvest Hosts.
Yeah, actually, Harvest Hosts contacted me last year and asked if we wanted to be a member. And I considered it at first, but last year we had a bunch of concerts and I was still in all the construction of the brewery and everything. And I said, thanks for contacting us, but maybe next year. Somebody called me and we had a discussion and I'm like, wow, what a great idea. And it's been awesome. Just like you guys, we've met so many amazing people from all over the country, and it's actually been a joy. The not typical stuff that we offer, one is power. We also have 50 amp power down by the pond for the big boys, the real big, the buses and everything. And then we have the 30 amp hookup. And then we even have a 110 hookup for the, the smaller ones. At least they have power. We give free Wi-Fi in the brewery. They can go in and use the Wi-Fi. We give them the password or the password in the winery. And then starting next month, they'll be able to get food, beer, wine, seltzers, cider. But we also, for all the other campers that are in teardrops or in small ones and everything, we have a beautiful shower that they can use in the brewery. You can find us at spyglassridgewinery.com on our website. And also, of course, on our Facebook page, Spyglass Ridge Winery. Three Beards Brewery has a website, also Three Beards Brewing. And then they also have their Facebook page. So you can order our delicious wines right there at our website, and we can ship to you. Or even if you're coming in as a Harvest Host, you can pre-order your wines, and we can have it all ready for you.
We're coming back. We want to try that brick oven.
Yeah.
And some more wine.
Yes, you have to. It was a joy.
Thank you.
From off-the-road adventure camping to luxurious full-time RVing and everything in between, Forest River has the RV to fit your needs, budget, and outdoor lifestyle. To see our full line of trailers and motorhomes, visit forestriverinc.com. Forest River. Begin the journey. At Norcol, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcol refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcol RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcol.com.
Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. It's fun to get outside and enjoy all the summer activities, but when your fun in the sun is over, you want your RV to be an oasis to keep you cool. Here is my list of 5 inexpensive products to help keep you cool when you are camping this summer. Let's take a look. Number 1, small portable fans. We take several small fans with us on hot weather RV trips. They can be used anywhere in the RV and they do a great job circulating the air and keeping you cool. Number 2, patio awning shade. If you don't have a patio awning shade, you don't know what you are missing. A patio awning shade provides extra shade and privacy at your campsite. To get the right length awning shade for your RV, just measure the roller tube on your patio awning. The awning shade slides into the utility groove of the awning roller tube, and it can be set up or taken down within a few minutes. This is one of my favorite RV accessories. Number 3, LED light bulbs. Incandescent light bulbs get extremely hot. If you use several lights in the RV on a hot summer night, it adds that much more heat inside the RV. LED light bulbs don't create the heat other bulbs do, and they use less energy too. It's easy to upgrade your RV lighting to LED bulbs. Just match the base of the existing incandescent bulb with the new replacement LED bulbs, or search for replacement bulbs by number. Installation is the same as the incandescent bulbs. Less heat, less energy, and brighter lights. A win-win for RV owners. Number 4, reflective insulation. If you don't have window awnings to help block the hot sun from entering the RV windows, products like Reflectix can help beat the heat. This type of reflective insulation can be purchased at home improvement stores in various sizes for a reasonable price. The concept is to use the product to reflect the sun and heat away from the RV, hence keeping the interior cooler. If you have windows in the RV that let the hot outside temperatures inside the RV, just cut a piece of reflective insulation to fit the window. You can use window visors, mini blinds, or day-night shades to help secure it in place against the windshield or windows. Depending on the product you use, this inexpensive DIY fix can reflect up to 97% of radiant energy away from the RV windows. Number 5, ventilation. Proper ventilation helps prevent excess heat in your RV. You can install vent covers over the existing roof vents to help increase ventilation in the RV. They are inexpensive, easy to install, and they let the fresh air in even when it's raining. A few more tips for staying cool that won't cost anything are to reserve or request a shady campsite, try to avoid opening the entry door as much as possible, cook outside rather than inside, and if all else fails, head to the campground swimming pool. Happy camping.
Want more RVing today? Then visit rvingtoday.tv. Besides our weekly show and extended segments, you'll find additional stories and videos along with insightful information on what's new and what's happening around the world in RVing. From luxury RVs to unique camper vans, and from RVing with pets to RVing with kids. You'll find it all and more in rvingtoday.tv. When Thetford launched AquaChem, it didn't take long before it became the #1 selling holding tank treatment for over 50 years. Until now. Meet AquaMax, Thetford's new generation of holding tank products that works even better and are also campground friendly and environmentally safe. Looks like a new #1 is taking over. For more information, visit thetford.com.
Today we are talking sweet. Sweet for breakfast or sweet for dessert. This is a recipe that is perfect if you've never tried Camp Dutch oven cooking before. It doesn't get any simpler than this. We're going to be using a Camp Dutch oven. I'm using my Dutch oven cook table, and we're using fresh fruit, some apples, some pears, and some granola. It is a little bit healthy, but you'll never know it with the sweet flavor of maple syrup, candied ginger, and that warm cinnamon spice. Let's get to the ingredients and then the cooking technique. I have some Honeycrisp apples that this cute little bee is tasting right away for me. I have some canned pears in pear juice. I have some melted butter, some maple syrup, some slivered almonds, some candied ginger, and like I said, granola and cinnamon. So let's add this all together, and then I'm going to show you why I'm not preheating a Camp Dutch oven for this. I'm going to add the Honeycrisp apples. I have 3 of them that have been chopped up. Like I said, I have that can of pears in pear juice. And now I'm going to add in the almonds, the candied ginger. This is always a little bit sticky, so mixing it a bit right now will get all those little pieces distributed throughout this dish. Now I'm going to add in half of the granola. We're going to add it in now so it has that time to soak up the juices from the pears and from the apples. And then we're also going to save this for the topping, so there's that nice crunchy bit at the top of it that gets all nice and golden and toasty. We're going to add some cinnamon. Woo, the wind's taking it away with me today. About 1.5 teaspoons. We're going to mix this up really well. And now we're going to add in 1/4 cup of maple syrup. This is our sweet. If you don't like maple syrup, you can always add honey. Just mix this around. And we're going to let this sit for a minute while we prep our Camp Dutch oven. Now, like I've said, I already have the fire going. I have my charcoal chimney that still has some hot coals in it that we'll be adding to the top. But why we're not preheating this is because I want everything to warm up at once. We're not searing, we're not sauteing. We want to just cook this slowly, Camp Dutch oven style. But there's a trick. Using a deep Dutch oven is the perfect way to make a crisp or a cobbler because there's a lot of room for steam, and that's what you want with this. We want to trap as much steam as possible. And I'm using parchment paper. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's an easy way to help with cleanup. You can also line your Camp Dutch oven with foil. It's no problem. Just take a sheet, press it right in, get it down all the way, and then take another sheet, open it up, and do it in the opposite direction so you have all the walls covered. So now we're going to take our apples and pears and granola and ginger, the maple syrup, and the cinnamon and add this right to it. Get every little bit. You don't want to leave anything in the bowl. There we go. All right, set that aside. Now it's time to just press everything down into all the corners and then level it out. Smooth the top out. All right, let's take the remainder of the granola and sprinkle it evenly. And I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just gonna swirl this in the pan really quick, and I'm gonna drizzle this right over the top. Not only is it gonna add delicious flavor, but it's gonna help with the browning for the granola and the apples. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna place the lid on this, making certain that the paper is sticking out, pressing it down, and now let's go over to the Camp Dutch oven table and let's see how this is cooked. Okay, so I've brought the Camp Dutch oven that has our apples and pears and crystallized ginger and that beautiful granola over to my Camp Dutch oven table. I have more heat at the base of this Camp Dutch oven than I do on top. I have just a little sprinkling of it because I don't want to force a ton of heat down through the Camp Dutch oven, because that would cause the granola to burn. And that is what I'm trying to avoid here today, and that is what I'm trying to show you today. So by having a stronger heat source down at the bottom, it's gonna cook those apples and force heat up through the Camp Dutch oven. I'm gonna give this about 10 minutes, and then we'll come on back and I'll show you how to do a rotation and check. I'm gonna put on my glove. I'm gonna lift up the bale wire handle. I'm gonna pick this up off of the stand and I'm gonna rotate it. And then I'm gonna take my lid lifter and I'm gonna give the lid an additional 45-degree turn. And now we're gonna let this go 10 more minutes and it should be done. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is perfectly golden all across the top. The apples still have their pretty pink color, and that's what I love about Honeycrisp apples. They're gonna keep their shape, and more importantly, they're gonna keep that beautiful pinky red exterior color. I'm Kate Dunbar, the Campground Gourmet. Cook great memories, and I'll see you at the campfire. Bye.
Greetings. Today's tech tip for RVing Today TV concerns your outdoor shower. Most RVs have an outdoor shower of one kind or another, and they're really convenient, they're great, you're showering outdoors, it's a lot of fun. But when you're doing that, what do you do with your towel, your shirts, and so on? Well, we came up with a simple solution. This is a scrap of redwood we had in our house. We added 3 of these stainless steel towel type hangers and 2 aluminum material hangers on the back. We open up the door on our propane compartment. This hangs up easily, and we have a convenient spot for towels, shirts, and shorts. So, I need to ask Dan what kind of vitamins he gives those girls. Anyway, this is a really convenient way to keep your towels and so on, and you might be able to find a way to do that on your RV as well. And that's your tech tip for the week from RVing Today TV.
You can watch the full uncut version of many of these stories along with other additional videos, stories, and news on our website at rvingtoday.tv. This has been another fun production.